What's up, everyone? Welcome to ShockCast, episode 25. My name's Luke and Taldi. Joining us today, we got Azario. Say hi, Azario.
Hello, everyone.
I'm just kind of like bossing you around. Ryan, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Off comes the shirt. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
All right, so episode 25, start of the new year. We're going to be talking...
New year, new me.
New year, new me. We have Game of the Year stuff to talk about, a lot of it. And we're going to do a show next week about our personal Game of the Year choices, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we're hoping to see through next year and our most anticipated games. That's not this week, unfortunately. If you want to check out DualShockers overall and our fan votes for Game of the Year, we have an article up for that, so go check that out. And thank you, everyone who voted, because it was exactly what we thought it would be. But in a good way. In a very good way. Anyway.
The percentage was a huge difference between our tops and like the ones that came after for our readers voting for their top games. It was a pretty big gap between like Final Fantasy 15 and the runner-up.
Our video froze. 1 second.
Wait, I think we're back.
We're back? We're good?
Yeah, it's working.
All right, thank God. Thank God we have Quasi-Monk in the comments.
Yeah.
That's when we fuck up. All right, so hopefully we're working again. All right, so let's just start off. What is everyone playing in the new year? It is 2017. Oh. What is the game you were starting with? You got to start strong.
Ryan, do you want to go first?
You go first.
Me?
I'll go first. We do this question every week. I just assumed you guys would be prepared for it, but apparently not. So I've been lamenting, if you've been listening to the ShockCast for the past few weeks, because I've been back-to-back review. Didn't get to try my Final Fantasy 15 Collector's Edition, which has been sitting there, staring me down. I finally touched that, and I am now 20 hours in after this weekend, only at Chapter 3. I am stuck on the side quest chain. So it's really good. It's definitely, I think, without a doubt, probably my game of the year. The only thing rivaling it, maybe The Witness, maybe Overwatch. But right now, the game that's screaming out to me is Final Fantasy 15. And that is what I'm going to go do as soon as this is done. I don't want to talk to you bums. All right, next.
I've been playing... I can't really talk about it, but I've been playing Fate Extella for review. And that review will be up next Tuesday. I can't really talk about it, though. But anyway, I beat Final Fantasy 15.
Okay. Respectable.
I loved it. That's all I'd say. I'm... The Trails of Cold Steel 2, I've been playing it on Vita. It's about a 100-hour game, guys. It's no joke about how long this RPG is. But I did some things in my first run through that I didn't like, so I redid it, and I'm going through it again. And it's definitely one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
We all have a backlog. Every gamer in the world has a backlog.
Yep.
Maybe we'll be talking about what we're hoping to get done for that. Maybe if we have other stuff that we're interested in doing. Let's start with Ryan, because you kind of initiated this topic.
Yes. I have a pretty intense... So are we just talking about backlog or just resolutions in general?
No, let's talk resolutions in general. Let's go back and forth. We'll go around the circle.
Okay. Got it. So actually, one of my big resolutions this year is building a PC, a gaming PC, which I have started on. I actually have pretty much... I have some of my parts now, and I have most of them coming in tomorrow. So hopefully by this weekend, I'll actually have it all put together and everything. So yeah, that's like my first resolution, and then I'll probably have a bunch of others for the year. Backlog obviously is a pretty big one, but kind of the building a gaming PC was one of my something I want to do for a while, and I figured this year I'd jump into it, and got a pretty good rig for not a ton of money. So
now here's the question: Are you doing it to save money, or are you doing it to get like that sweet stash of PC games you can't play on consoles?
A little bit of both. I think because I kind of want to move away from playing on consoles and play more stuff on PC. Like, if I probably will still have consoles. Like, I have my PS4 and Xbox One. I think I'll probably just play exclusives on those or stuff I can't get on PC, and then move everything else onto PC and play on there. So yeah, and I think just because I want to try out getting that PC experience where you can play, especially VR, because I do want to try to get into VR at some point. I think
Good VR, not PlayStation VR.
I think not that PlayStation VR is bad, but I think I want to move more into the. I probably an Oculus Rift is what I would get. So I think that's kind of where I'm not going to get an Oculus Rift now, but maybe down the line I'll get one.
Right.
I have a gaming PC, and I don't use it. Like
you're using it now.
Everybody always like brags about their Steam catalog and all their games on their PC, and I have probably 10 games on my PC and on Steam, and it's like visual novels and
what you have to do.
7.
I mean, stuff like that. You don't really need you don't need a GTX
exactly.
1080 to
So
play.
why did I do this to myself?
What you got to do is hop on that sweet Humble Bundle loot train, and just
I've bought a few of those, and
I just don't have them redeemed, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really. I feel like I'm on a PC all day, and when I play video games, I just want to sit back and controller in my hand, not an Xbox 360 controller. So please don't say that. I don't know. PC gaming just doesn't resonate with me at all. Even the better games that I'm into, like visual novels, I just don't like it. I do a lot of remote play in bed. I think I like laying down mostly when I'm playing.
See, a lot of people, I think, say first-person shooters are one of the major draw for PC games because you got that the mouse to
that is
do all
true.
that.
When I played Counter-Strike on PS3, I hooked up a keyboard and a mouse to do better, to get good, essentially.
Let me read a few comments. Dallo Rants, I can never say that. Dallo R. Lance says he wants to play more games other than Bloodborne. What's wrong with Bloodborne?
Bloodborne, it just sucks your life
and
away.
get more trophies. Yeah, no, I know. That's a deep, deep rabbit hole. You don't want to fall into.
Yep.
The funny thing about Bloodborne is I started it and I got pretty far and I stopped playing for a while and I tried to jump back into it and I had no idea where I was going. I was completely lost.
Not an easy game to do that with. Like when I got Bloodborne, I just played it for a month straight. I did not stray from the path. I just marched on until I finished that game because I knew. Even when I tried to play the DLC that came out in 2015, I just was so confused because I didn't know where to go and I just got my ass kicked. So I was like, I'm good. It's it was fun.
You do develop a certain set of skills playing Bloodborne, and it's such a beautiful game. To be honest, everything that went into that game, the lore and the look and feel of the environments, it's just so beautiful. That all the enemies, the huge variety of enemies that they have everywhere,
it's a labor of love.
It's probably still my favorite PS4 game so far that's come out. It's very good.
I mean, I know From Software wants to make Gundam games now and everything, but they did good. They did real good with Bloodborne.
Right. That's definitely something I have to personally get back to. What I got to was the furthest boss I got to was the third one, I think, the blood quenched
Bloodstarved Beast.
Bloodstarved Beast.
And then the church hall.
That's that one, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
one
a good one.
That I must have died maybe 20, 30, 40 times. It's not necessarily. I've seen people do it blindfolded, literally.
Yeah.
And it's
every time I went to a boss, I would just ring my bell and hopefully someone jumped into my game.
But eventually, I ended up beating it, and I screamed, and I actually jumped up. I danced almost. I was done. I hadn't touched Bloodborne since then because it was I'm I know I'm not going to get any more pleasure. That was my peak of video game pleasure right there, was being able to beat that. But yeah, that's something I have to go back to. Also in the comments, Quasi-Monk says he wants to play more than last year and catch up on PS4 titles and his backlog, including finishing Lost Odyssey. That's good. All right, so we talked Ryan's first resolution. What's your resolution, Azario?
I need to actually beat games. I feel like I start a lot because
That's the nature of our industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've been trying to pick up more reviews because it forces me to beat them. Every time I pick up a review from Lou, I'm like, okay, this is a game I want to play. I'm gonna play it all the way through, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like I reviewed Dragon Quest Builders last year, and I don't think I would have marathon that game over the 4 days before embargo that they gave it to me if I didn't have to for review, you know?
Right.
So I was really glad that I picked that game up, and it forced me to play through it all. And so I'm hoping to pick up more reviews and to beat more games. Play games for fun, you know, also is something that I need to do. I think so much came out at the last quarter of last year and the first quarter of this year. So much is coming out that I'm kind of feeling a little anxious, like Tales of Berseria and Gravity Rush 2,
Horizon,
Resident Evil, Gravity Rush 2, Resident Evil 7. You know, you got all these games, and it's like, man,
Persona, Horizon, Yakuza.
Persona 5. Jeez, it's
especially just because like the first 3 or 4 months of this year are absolutely bananas for like the number of releases that we're getting. It's crazy.
And these games are beefy games. These are beefy games that.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking like Horizon, Persona. Those are definitely going to be like pretty big games. You know, all that.
They all found out what Dying Light had going for it, so.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean, because you know traditionally in most other years you've seen January and February kind of be a pretty empty months. But the benefit is when you have something like Dying Light, where you know it has if it you know picks up a lot of steam and stuff, then there's no other competition basically. So that's a good time I think for a game like that to release. Rather than what we saw like in November or October when you had games like Titanfall or things like that maybe they could have put off until January and February, maybe done a little better.
Oh, we're getting a new Digimon game too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, next order.
Oh, that's right.
Next order at the end of the month.
It's like morbid curiosity. Like I haven't touched Digimon since the original PlayStation.
Oh.
So I think I'm gonna pick it up and just.
Yeah, next order
open.
is probably the best place for you to start because it's not as wide scoped as the last one was, Cyber Sleuth. You control like Agumon and Gabumon and kind of just hang out with them.
I recognize those names. I'm all
those
here.
Those are the cool guys.
Now speaking, just looping back to your resolution, I think that's an important resolution to make. A lot of times, and people who don't work in the field sometimes don't get it, but a lot of times you're kind of forced to pick games that you don't want to play for your review games. And that's because you're not going to play the games the way you want to play them. For instance, we probably all could have picked up Final Fantasy 15 if we wanted to, but Giuseppe made that sacrifice. And you have to beat that game in the week or 4 days or whatever the lead time is. But it's always a speed run. You're always doing one thing. You're not doing side quests. You're not really taking it at the pace that you're going to enjoy it. So that's why... You know, a lot of times we don't end up finishing the games that we do want to play is because that.
There's definitely different ways people play games. Like I don't think I could stream to Twitch and like play a game for the first time. I've seen people do like first runs on Twitch. Like my kind of style of playing is like play for 30 minutes, chill out, run around, and be boring. Like nobody wants to watch someone grind for 2 hours on Final Fantasy while you're just gaining experience. No one, that's not entertaining.
I'm gonna be honest. I have my girlfriend sitting next to me, and she just thinks that most of what is happening is me driving around in a car because it is. I do not fast travel anywhere.
You got to fast travel. Man.
No, I refuse. I'm 20 hours in at
it
chapter
depends
3.
on the game. I don't know. Like, I actually, in Watch Dogs, when I was playing Watch Dogs 2, I didn't use any fast traveling. I think just because, like, because the environments I felt like weren't that big, so it was pretty easy to get around. But also, like, because it takes place in a city that I've been to and have been familiar with, I enjoyed that experience of kind of driving around and seeing, oh, like, I've been here, I've seen, getting to see this environment. Versus, I actually did it a lot in Witcher 3 when I played it, but I think mostly just because that game is enormous, and getting around on a horse is not easy in that game because your horse, like Roach, would always get stuck on things. So I was like, you know what, just fast travel. I'm just done.
Yeah, I guess the loading screens of Final Fantasy 15 kind of suck too, but it's a huge game.
Quasimog, speaking about what we were talking about before, he says, "Ditto. As I'm getting older and have more games, I'm not paying much attention to them." That is the thing, is when you get older and you have enough money to buy those games, you don't have the time for it. And it sucks. That's awful.
It does suck.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of sleepless nights where it's like, all right, I guess I have to sacrifice sleep for playing video games, but it's worth it.
Yeah. There's PS2 games that I need to get back to. Like, it's like, it's bad.
Oh, I know. I have a whole Word doc that has just everything I have not played. I just feel like I never, for all like the 3 games, maybe like a couple that I finished and are on my backlog, I add another like 6. Like it just never ends. So I chip away at it, but
like I have every Yakuza game.
Oh, that's a commitment.
And I have played maybe 2 hours of each of them.
And, yeah, especially because like I feel like most of my backlog now is mostly RPGs and massive games.
Yeah.
Like last year, one of my resolutions was finish the Witcher series, which I did do. But like I basically played those games from like May through like September last year. Like that, like it took me months to get through all those games. So that's the hard part. Like
Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts 2.8 comes out this month too, guys.
Yeah, I'm actually reviewing that.
Just give me 3. Just give us 3, guys. Stop. Like
stop it.
Yeah, I'm on. I actually got you beat. You said you have a Word document full of every game you need to get back to. I have that same Word document sorted in platinum easiness order.
Oh,
so I went to like PlayStation trophies and like sorted it all.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to do.
A couple people put in the comments actually saying about that, how they used to like care about achievements and trophies and stuff like that. And like I responded just saying how like I used to go after trophies when I was younger, but that was mostly because I had less games. So having trophies gave me more replay out of them because I could go back and replay these games and try to get trophies. Like I did that a lot with Fallout 3 and Left 4 Dead. Like because I had like basically those 2 games for my winter break in college one year. And I just kept playing them over and over because I was trying to get all the achievements. But like nowadays, I am playing like 5 different games at a time, so I just don't have the time to like go back and get trophies and things.
I only platinum games that I know my friends will never platinum, like the Hyperdimension Neptunia games and Tales of Xillia, like games that I know they'll never ever touch, and it just looks cool. Like I have platinums in these games, but I think the Final Fantasy 15 platinum's pretty easy to get.
That's my first resolution of 2017. Is I want my first platinum in 2017 to be Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I think you can do it.
That'll make me happy. Bad. Yeah, no, I've just been unlocking them left and right. I think I just gotta make sure I finish the game, honestly, and I should be able to get it.
And I think at the end, just playing through it, I did all the side quests.
You just had to go all the fishing.
On my own thing, I got 64%. Like just playing it on my own, going through it. So that's not bad. No. And I think I missed a lot because I got the game early, and they updated the trophy list. So, like, I don't have the trophy for driving in the Regalia for the first time or, like, going on my first mission. Like, I don't have those trophies, even though I beat the game, Like, those are, like, handed out to anybody. I love those trophies, too, because on PlayStation, at least, it tells you the percentage of people that got it. So, if 88% of people got the Regalia driving thing, that means only 88% of the people actually played that game that bought the game.
Apparently.
It's like, there's always those reports you see once in a while where it's like, a very, very slim number of people actually finish the games that they get. Like, not like a super small amount, but like a pretty shocking amount that you would think.
Like they put it in.
They put it in, they don't play it. Yeah.
They don't play it.
I think it's crazy with Telltale games. Like, to see how many... Because that's something you literally just sit there, basically. You don't have to make important decisions as much as they want. All right, so... Speaking of trophies, and my thing, what are games this year that everyone wants to get a platinum in, if there are any?
Nier Automata.
Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I got pretty close to the first Nier platinum, so...
I feel probably for me it would be Horizon. As long as it's something like, I feel like if it's a game that's a single player game, I will absolutely go for the trophies. But just I hate, like, I always remember when there are games out there that have just terrible trophy lists because they're like they have stuff tied to multiplayer, and I can't stand multiplayer like trophies. And like I remember The Last of Us in particular having a pretty bad trophy list. That was because it was pretty much all multiplayer achievements. Like I remember playing through the game for the first time and I got like one trophy, which I guess is not a bad thing because then it also lets you enjoy the story rather than like hunting for trophies and stuff. But yeah,
I think they had notoriously really bad trophies though for Last of Us.
Naughty Dog usually has. Yeah, I think Uncharted 4 was a little bit better, but
haven't played it yet.
Yeah, Horizon seems like a good like collect like Far Cry type of game where you collect a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I want to get... It's not a platinum. I'll go out there and say that. I want to get the Destiny 100% across all of the DLC, because I've by now sunk hundreds of hours into that game. And
Do you grind in it too? Do you like...
I mean, I did.
Do you go for drops and stuff?
It's not anymore. I haven't. I don't think actually since I've started the reviews editor position at DualShockers, I've really gotten back into it, except when DLC drops and you kind of have to. But yeah, I mean, still, I have 400. I want to say 400 plus, which is a fraction of the time of my girlfriend, fraction of the time of most hardcore Destiny players. I'm embarrassed that I don't have 100%. I have the platinum for the original, just not 100%. I'd want to also get Persona, but I know I can't do it to myself. I know I don't have the time. I know I don't have the dedication. I've popped in Persona 4 Golden like 5 times in my PlayStation Vita, and I play it for like 40 hours, and I'm like, nope, I got to drop it.
Persona 4 Golden's pretty good.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing game, but yeah, getting that platinum is like that's dedication because you got to play that game like 2 or 3 times at least.
You have to
get
go
everything,
and you have to macro manage things with a FAQ. At least that's what it seems like.
Yeah, that's
you need a walkthrough for that game.
Yeah,
right. Which I'm fine with if I have the time to do it. I just do not have that time.
Yeah.
And now that PlayStation is opening up like PS2 trophies, like I want to go back and platinum Final Fantasy VII. Well, that's PS1, but like Wild Arms they have on there. Like, I want to go platinum Wild Arms 4. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'll not have time. Maybe next summer.
Dalo has the platinum for Persona 4 Golden, in case anyone
he would
wants to hate him for it.
I'm kind of jealous though. I played Persona 4 for the first time last year, and I loved that game. It was so good. I'm so pumped to play Persona 5. And,
I don't feel like I could be considered a PlayStation fan because I don't have that. It's like, I own a Vita, so I guess that's midway through PlayStation fandom, but I don't have the Persona 4 Golden Platinum, so whatever. Another trophy I want to get Platinum this year, and this is going to be a guesstimation, is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, whatever Nintendo's equivalent of Platinum is. And I hope
they're going to do it?
I think so. What I think it's going to be, and this is my prediction, and do you know what? We should technically be doing predictions. I guess we could do it next week still. But my prediction is it's going to be those My Nintendo rewards points things where, they have basically you're unlocking things with your trophy. And that's a good way to do it, where you unlock kind of physical or virtual rewards with your trophies. I always thought Uplay had a good system if it wasn't Uplay.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, also, because Xbox Live had that with the avatars, too, where there would be, like, you could unlock certain things for your avatar, like T-shirts or outfits and stuff like that, so...
I think that's the most jealous I've ever been is when the Bloodborne Platinum members get that special background for their PlayStation 4.
The thing about Nintendo is I hope that it's different. I hope that the Switch has a different online than the Wii U because I'm banned from the Wii U
Why?
online thing.
Why?
Well, when I was playing Super Mario Wii U, every time you complete a stage, it's like, well, draw a picture or let the community know. So every time I would draw pictures of like Bowser with dicks and like Mario with a dick.
I always wondered who those people are. You've just illustrated it to me. Thank you very much.
I just wanted someone to see it pop up there on their screen. And so anyway, did that a couple times, and now I'm blocked. So
I think you may be fine. Hopefully, I'm assuming there's an infrastructure change. That's going to be my next New Year's resolution. We'll go back in the opposite direction now. Not only do I not want to have too many expectations for the Nintendo Switch, but I also want to give it a fair shot. Because I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so I will overhype myself. But I'm also a jaded fan because I'm really into the PlayStation, and I have been for a long time. So I got to find that middle space. I got to find that inner piece for the Nintendo Switch reveal, where I will give it a fair assessment, and I won't overhype it, and I won't just rail at it because I'm a Nintendo fan, PlayStation fan. Your turn.
Ryan, you like Xbox, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do. Yeah, I have an Xbox One, but I haven't. I honestly I don't play it that much. I mostly play on my PS4. Or I guess once I have my PC set up.
Because I have an Xbox One too. But what would Microsoft or Xbox need to do to like get you back on the train of Xbox?
Better quality games, I think. No, not when I say that. I don't mean it like that. I mean, if they made multi-platform games at a higher resolution or better frame rate, I'm always looking for the best value for my games personally. So I'm the person who goes on Eurogamer on the Digital Foundry things, and I'm like, which one? Where does their verdict lie? So if Project Scorpio for me ends up having the best titles, I might switch over.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to see about Project Scorpio and what that offers. I mean, as far as games go, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just this generation where it's just been more like the games that they've offered so far have been like some of them they've had really good ones. Like I loved Sunset Overdrive. I still think that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Xbox One game so far. But lately, like Scalebound, I'm not like super interested in. Like Recore was kind of a disappointment. It was okay.
Scalebound needs a release date. That's what
that too, because they've pushed it many times now. So
that was the reason why I was gonna buy an Xbox One to begin with, is because of Scalebound. Like I needed to play that game. But you're right. I think they really need to buckle down on their exclusives because.
Yeah.
As of right now, if you have The Witcher 3 on PS4 and Xbox One, for console releases at least, the people tend to just buy it on PS4.
Yeah, I think because there's that perception of the PS4 being, and numbers wise, yeah, it is the more powerful system too. But there's the perception of it being, ultimately we have to see what happens with the Scorpio and see what that has. So.
If their first-party studios can utilize that power to make something big and grand, I think it'll probably, at least the Western fans. I don't see them getting any Japanese fans, so I know that like RPG stuff.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's like they bragged about like 50 or 60% of the players are using backwards compatibility. But doesn't that mean that's just them playing old 360 games? Isn't that tell you?
Kind of.
That is a bit of a backhanded thing, I feel like, where it's kind of like, it's cool that a lot of people are playing old games, but then I feel like that does also mean that, they're not really playing new stuff either. I don't know. I feel like the last generation, like the Xbox 360 was, was a big innovator for the last generation because it had Xbox Live. It brought, it was the first HD console and everything like that. It had games like Gears. Like Gears was one of the biggest games to like get me into that generation and get me on the Xbox. And I just feel like Gears 4 was very good. I liked it, but I don't know if it was quite the same. It wasn't like a revolutionary experience that like the original was. Halo 5, same thing. Halo 5 was just kind of like more Halo. They haven't really had that one game. I feel like that's kind of elevated what we've seen so far.
With all that said, though, I think that they're kind of the Nintendo of this generation for me in my head, because I don't really touch the console. I play it every once in a while, and I tend to love every game I play. I mean, I go in there. It's like playing, Mario Kart, Smash. This I've been playing for Forza Horizon 3, Ori and the Blind Forest, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break.
Yeah, I was playing Quantum Break today, and it's like, wow, this game freaking great. Like, I don't know why I haven't played it before.
And it's got backwards compatibility. It's basically, the good Wii U.
Yeah, it needs. It really needs these exclusives though to like win back a crowd of people that
Well, kind of. It needs the exclusive, and it also needs people to not play it on PC.
Yeah, that is the other thing too, is that I think it is cool with their Xbox Play Anywhere program, because that basically gives them the equivalent of Sony and their cross-buy program and everything. But at the same time, then you get a lot of the people that are thinking, oh well, why if I just get a PC, then why would I ever get an Xbox? Which is a fair point. But again, I think they also cater to different markets. That the mom that may be getting a console for their kid or something is not going to get a $1,500 PC that can run all these games. So I still think there's a big enough margin there where it's different.
I'm rooting for it. I think the Xbox One S is a sexy system.
It is. I got
beautiful.
my Xbox One. I got my Xbox One at the very end of 2015, and if it weren't like I would definitely consider getting an Xbox One S I would absolutely get it if I didn't have an Xbox One, but I don't really.
Yeah.
It's kind of worthless for me to upgrade now.
Yeah. It's just really good looking.
It is a really nice system. It looks
That's probably
so much better than the giant VCR Xbox One that's behind me. Is like,
yeah, that's probably one of the best remodels I think I've ever seen on any console.
Definitely.
That and DS Fat to the DS Lite were probably my two favorite.
Huge.
PS3 Slim, I think, was also a nice upgrade. I feel like the original PS3 was pretty ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's like.
And obviously the worst one is PS4 to PS4 Pro. Just saying. Throwing it out.
I don't know if I'd say it's the worst, but I don't know.
They couldn't even get real buttons still for like the eject and for the power. I was like waiting because
that's true.
They have for the Destiny one, because my girlfriend has that Destiny Taken King limited edition, which isn't that limited one, and that has a real clicking button. That's great. I wanted that.
Give me the clicking button.
It makes a big difference, kind of, in my head.
I still do that all the time, though. My Xbox One is like occasionally my hand will brush past the power button, it'll turn it on. I'm like, no, shut off! Like, turn it off. I do hate those like capacitive buttons. They're annoying.
How did we get on this tangent? I forget.
We strayed pretty far from.
I was talking about.
It's probably my fault.
I was talking about Nintendo Switch and how I want to give it more of a shot. And all right, so Azario, we're going back to you now. Another gaming resolution.
For gaming wise, I want to play more 3DS games. I have a very large 3DS library, and I have not touched it at all. I have like Persona Q sitting there, 3 or 4 Shin Megami Tensei games.
Tell me at least
there.
you played the Ace Attorneys.
I have not played.
Oh, come on!
I've actually never played an Ace Attorney.
That
neither. I've never played them.
For a VN fan like yourself.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
So if you want to become a lawyer.
But the thing about Ace Attorney is I read something where like they try to make it super American in the localization, and I don't think I like that.
It's been worse. They're getting better with things, but yeah, there's totally points where they're like, oh, we're totally in an American park, and you look in the background and there's a temple, and I'm like, what?
That complaint actually stems like further than that, because like like NIS America released Mugen Souls a long time ago on PS3, and the girl was a tsundere, and during localization it's just a tsundere is just a girl that has like she's really mad, but then she's really nice, she really loves you, but she's like
a bipolar person.
Exactly.
Okay.
But they didn't call it tsundere, they called it bipolar, and people got so mad because they were just like, who are you catering to? Are you catering to your fans, or are you trying to like grow the audience? And it's like, I don't know. Localization is a strange thing.
My thing is, maybe it wouldn't have made sense, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if you're playing Mugen Souls to begin with, you're gonna know what tsundere is.
That's a fair point. For Ace Attorney, like sometimes, which confused me, the rice balls. I don't know the name of it. You would know the name. The rice
jelly
balls.
Donuts.
Yeah, how they're jelly donuts. I'm like, no, they're not. Stop it. They got seaweed.
Jelly
Who put
donuts.
seaweed on jelly donuts?
That's like with Pokemon too. They did that in Pokemon, the 4 Kids version. They called those the rice balls jelly donuts.
Yeah.
And I grew up thinking that those were jelly donuts. That was my childhood. But I really want to go. I really want to play my 3D. I bought the new 3DS. I have the 3DS XL. I have it right there. Like, I need to play it more. I need to do more with it. So I need get off my Vita high horse for a few
Step
days.
off for a moment.
So yeah, I did the same thing basically with the Vita last year, where I played through Persona 4, I played through Final Fantasy 7, I played through Final Fantasy 10, and I guess I'll go into that for like my next resolution, which is basically like trying different genres and different genres of games I don't normally play. So last year it was definitely JRPGs because I wanted to play games like Final Fantasy 15, Persona, things like that. As for genres, I haven't really played a lot of that I want to get more into. Strategy games, I think, would be one. I wanted to play XCOM, the XCOM series I haven't played.
Yeah.
I keep hearing those are good. Fire Emblem, also, I know that's more of a JRPG, like a strategy RPG, but I want to play that.
Like a tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem. And the other one would be more like CRPGs, so games like Pillars of Eternity. What are the other ones? Divinity, Original Sin, Wasteland, things like that. That's a genre I've kind of wanted to try out, so I might do that this year too.
Definitely, Divinity is a huge game. Like,
oh yeah.
But that's a cool one. I agree. For kind of get out of your comfort zone of games that you prefer playing to, and then compare it to the games. Like, I'm stuck in this visual novel JRPG world, but I also play like Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty with my friends, because I know they don't want to play games that I play.
I'll give a shout out to Kwasai Monk for Talos Principle, which if you haven't played it, Talos Principle is an excellent game. Especially if you're looking, I haven't played The Witness yet, but I'm sure that it's fairly similar to Talos Principle. Talos Principle is almost like kind of a more like in-depth Portal. It's like one of those like 3D puzzle games, but Talos Principle is really good. If you haven't played that, give it a shot.
Okay, so
that's with the AI computer, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we'll do one more resolution, then we'll do a prediction for 2017.
Okay.
But one more resolution from me. I want to get into some genres that I've been ignoring lately. I would love to get more into puzzle games. Like, what's that one? It's the sausage roll game. Is it Steven Sausage Roll? Something Sausage Roll.
I thought you were going to say genital jousting.
Genital jousting, that's what I thought too.
I'm going to... Wait, 1 second. I'm looking it up. Sausage Roll game.
Sausage Party?
Steven Sausage Roll. Yeah, it's like majorly critically acclaimed.
Really?
Yeah, where it's like this small... It's kind of in the same way where it was one of these really unheard of indie games that blew up this year. Alongside, it was right when The Witness was popular, so like people were looking.
Oh
at
yeah,
puzzle
look at
games.
that.
I haven't heard about this.
It's PC only, so there you go.
That's why I haven't heard about it.
And it's $30. So it's still going strong on Steam. All right, so I want to get into that. I also want to get more into, and don't kill me for this, mobile games. Ones that have been praised or ones.
Yeah.
Because I know that the Final Fantasy one's coming out. I don't know much about that, but I've actually really enjoyed my time. At least
I think, don't you mean Ariana Grande fantasy?
Yeah. Ariana Grande.
I do not know what we're talking about right now. Is it like a commercial or something?
Oh, she has like a they're putting her in the game as a character, as like a little cameo. I guess she's a big Final Fantasy fan, is the thing. I don't know.
I'm sure she is. So that I had a ton of fun playing, for what it was worth at the time, Pokemon Go. I really liked Super Mario Run as much as you can for the price. And Nintendo's coming out with hopefully a Fire Emblem game in 2017, hopefully an Animal Crossing game. I also have a few fitness games that I want to try out. Zombie Run If you guys had heard of that.
Oh, yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that, and I do need to start running anyway. But for those who don't know, Zombie Run's basically a running app. GPS tracks where you go, but they have a zombie story playing in the background, so it's kind of like listening to a zombie radio thing where you are one of the characters.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
they do a thing where like as you're running, they have zombie noises or something, and like it'll get louder, so that way like you have to run faster, so that way the zombies get farther away from you. So it's cool. It's like a neat little fitness thing.
And they do it by seasons, and by now there's probably like 5 or 6 seasons. That's something I want to try out. And I've kind of been dismissing mobile games for a long time, and there's got to be a few gems on it. So I'm gonna look into
the Kingdom Hearts Kai game on there is pretty good. Tales of Link is pretty good.
All right, I'm taking suggestions.
Yeah, those are good ones. Dude, the thing about Super Mario Run though is it's reached 10 million downloads so far, but then only 3 million people have paid for it. So,
other way around, 90 million downloads, 3 million people have paid for it.
Okay.
That's supposedly from I don't think did we report on that? I was holding back and reporting.
We didn't report on the units sold because it is an estimation. We did report on the 90 million downloaded.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's a lot of stories going out, but it is basically an analyst making a prediction, much like what Pactor says. So I don't think we reported on that. But yeah, so even with selling 3 million, that's $30 million in the bank on the mobile game. And I'm sure
that's good for just releasing on iOS. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and they're going to make more on Android, and then people are going to pirate it and, whatever. But for what it's worth, I think that it's a successful venture. I can't imagine it cost them more than $30 million. Maybe, I don't know how expensive it was to advertise with Apple, because if you go to the iOS store, it's been on the top for like a month. That must be premium space.
That's premium. Mm-hmm. Get that Nintendo money.
You're right. Okay, so Ryan, your last resolution of 2017.
I guess I don't know. Like, I guess the building PC, which will be done soon. Play some new genres, and I guess just keep chipping away at the backlog pretty much, and try and make some progress in it, as little or as high as I hope. I don't know. Ideally, I'd love to just get through my entire backlog, but that may never happen. So,
Azaria, last resolution.
I need to finish my research editorials for the site that I have planned, and try to get those to once a month rather than just do interviews that I'm used to. I think as a writer, I can offer up a lot more in terms of original pieces besides just news stories. So I really need to focus and just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to take this story and I'm going to do some research and I'm going to actually make a story. So I think I'm going to try every month to at least do something outside of the realm of previews and interviews to do some actual original pieces.
How about some investigative work? I've always wanted to be that game journalist that does a lot of investigative stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying something. I'm working out something right now with Ryan. The problem with the holidays came, and a lot of the companies that we talked to took 2 weeks off. So
yeah.
So we're coming into the new year, so I can start it up again, and yeah, hopefully you guys see something soon from me.
All right, so let's do a quick prediction of 2017. Anything goes. So I'm gonna make a Switch prediction, and I'm sure we'll talk more Switch next episode, because I think that's right before the reveal, right? If it's a week from now.
Yeah.
All right. So
10 days.
My prediction for 2017 is that it will sell out for the first few months, but they will do a better job stocking it. It will just be popular. It won't just be underproduced like how they do most systems. I think they're going to anticipate the backlash that's come out from every amiibo and every NES thing, but it's still going to end up selling out.
If it weren't so soon after the NES Classic, I don't know. I think that's still going to be a thing.
I don't think
that literally happened like 2 months ago. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's still going to happen.
We'll see.
Mine will be this E3. Microsoft and Xbox will come on stage and blow us away. I want this year to be the year of Xbox. I love PlayStation. I only play on PlayStation, but I really want to use my Xbox, so I'm hoping they come out strong with some great exclusives. Scalebound release date. Give it to me.
Before we go to Ryan, Dalo says his prediction is paid online for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I'd pay $40 a year. Why not?
And you know what? I'm gonna build off that, and I think that there will be paid online, and it will include access to a virtual console catalog where you can play like old games as much as you want instead of buying each single one.
Just give me a network plug in the console and I'll be fine, because wireless is not cutting it for those Smash tournaments.
Me either. Ryan, what's your prediction for 2017?
So I think I'm gonna go with we get the first episode of Final Fantasy VII Remake this year.
What? Shut the fuck up! No, no, we are not.
It's a bold prediction, but
that's really
I just feel like, especially because of the 30th anniversary this year, I feel like it would be the first episode, obviously not the whole thing.
I mean, fuck it, I'll love that shit, dude. I would.
End of the year, but
I would love it, but honestly, if it's just like a skin flip of Final Fantasy 15 to make the characters Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, I think maybe they could pull it off, because then you're using the same engine and you're just making a new game out of it. Kind of like what they do with like Assassin's Creeds or whatever, where they just kind of build off the previous games.
It's pretty bold, but I think, I mean, I feel like it could be enough time for them to pull it together. The Crash Bandicoot thing happened really quickly, so I don't know. We'll see.
It all depends. I think I can back that unless Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out this year. If Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year...
I don't know. I think I'm pushing that one more year. I believe that'll be 2018.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I've had it pre-ordered on Amazon for like 5 years now. I got it for $30.
I'm waiting for the limited edition, whatever they have coming out.
I just can't with Kingdom Hearts anymore. I'm just like, just give it to me when it's done, guys. Like,
yes.
Something to think about. He said, the director said that all the cover arts for the 3 games, they mean something, and if you look at them all side by side, they're supposed to tell some like secret story. We ran the article, pretty interesting. So I'm gonna check that out when the game comes out. I'm gonna put them all side by side and see if I can decode it before I go to Reddit.
Decode the mystery.
And have them do it for me.
All right, I keep delaying this. One last category here to the topic. I want you guys to pick 2017's Game of the Year and a game that's gonna get canceled in 2017.
Canceled or delayed?
I'll accept both.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go first because I just dropped this on you. Red Dead Redemption will be Game of the Year. And the canceled game will be Dreams.
Ooh. Did they even confirm Dreams for this year? I don't even know if they've confirmed
it. They've stopped talking about it. I think it's...
Let me tell you guys, a year ago I played Dreams, and it was fine. It was working in my hand.
It's scary that they... Yeah, I know, but why aren't they doing anything? It's honestly, there. I
think it's because they don't know what the fuck to do. Like, it's a game maker, but there is no game there to like play.
It's either they're gonna just release it and just drop it, or they are gonna cancel it.
All they have is the tool set, but they don't have the game. What I played was basically going through menus, picking stuff, and blank slate pretty much, and build something. But who's gonna do that? There's only gonna be a handful of people that do it, but you need the people that do it and the people that play it. You can't. I don't know. If it's a $20 game, maybe you'll get a huge reaction from like the creative community. But fuck that game. There needs to be an actual game there for it to be considered, not just an RPG maker.
Yep.
Okay. Scary. They're really banking off the Little Big Planet stuff, but the thing about Little Big Planet was it was a game first, and then you have this creative side that you fall back on after you did some of the game.
Speaking of that, what was the one game that really undersold because of Overwatch? Battleborn. Yeah, I'm just visualizing something like that in my head, where either it dumps and fails or it just doesn't come out at all. But Ryan, what's the game of year 2017, and what is either canceled or delayed to next year?
I'm gonna see. That's interesting. So I think for my delayed game, I'm gonna go with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
I think that I could see that happening. I could
see that happening. No, I definitely could see
that. Given Rockstar's done that, where they've had some last minute delays. So I'm gonna guess Red Dead for that, and I think Game of the Year Horizon.
I think it's coming out too early. It's not an award season. But yeah,
I think that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to get delayed for sure.
I wouldn't say for sure. I feel like there's I feel like it's maybe like I feel like it's for me like a 70-30 chance, or like 60-40 around there. Not quite like.
I have a friend who works at Rockstar North.
The problem with Red Dead is that it. Like, we think, like, to this community of, like, gamers that go online and read online news, we know what Red Dead is. We know it's not GTA. We know the differences. We know how when Rockstar picked this game up and what they turned it into is an amazing game, but I don't think it has the notoriety that a GTA game has. Like, when you hear Grand Theft Auto...
I think that's why they have to release it then, because that's when they're going to get the majority of their sales.
It would. You're right.
And they've been putzing around. And they've been putzing around since GTA 5 on PS. I mean, they made the remaster. They added more stuff to the online. But how long have they been out of commission now? 3 or 4 years?
4 years.
I'm going to look it up.
4 years. Yeah, GTA 5 was 2013.
They have a few studios too. You can't they've been probably working on this game for a long time.
All right.
At least making assets for it.
And Dalo says Game of the Year. He says it's his delay as well as his Game of the Year. Zelda. It'll be delayed to October, but it will be the Game of the Year still. I don't.
Which one was that? Sorry.
I could see Zelda getting...
Oh, Zelda?
Zelda.
Yeah, I could see Zelda getting delayed.
I don't think so. There's been rumors back and forth, and...
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth about it coming out at launch and not coming out at launch, so...
They need to cancel the Wii U port, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think there'll be fires if they do that. I think they need to release it on Wii U, at least to not upset people.
I hope it's a really shitty, botched version of it, and that everyone just has to go to the Switch. Because that needs to die. That console is dead. It's dead to me. I want it gone. I want to pack it away.
It's amazing, though, because people celebrate the fact that they're getting 2 different versions of the new Dragon Quest game for PS4 and 3DS, where they're basically the same game, but different graphical style and...
different orchestration.
Yeah, mm-hmm. But the difference is the way that studio handled it, whereas they did make 2 different games with the same story. And there's no downgrading to it. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be making this for the Switch, and they're going to be pulling back all these, or they're going to make it for the Wii U, and they're just going to put a layer of HD on it and call it a day. Like with the new Tales of Zestiria, it's created for PS3, ported to PS4 with smoother graphics, but it was originally designed for a PS3 game. And that's the problem that we had with RPGs, is that at least last year, is when every game was coming out for the PS3, they would just upscale it to PS4 and release for the PS4. Look at here, we have a PS4
Right.
game, yeah, and we're not going to be seeing that this year. That's why this year is going to be super amazing. Besides Persona 5, which is my game of the year.
Well, and also the split now. There's still going to be the split. It's just going to be PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah. I see. The thing is, it's like I don't really see those consoles being different. But you're right. Like the things I've been hearing about it is that there is a difference between the two, and maybe I should get a Pro. If that's where I'm gonna have the better experience.
I think if that's your main console, then that's when you have to consider it. Like, I really want an Xbox One S. I was considering trading in. I'm not gonna do it because I barely play it. But I'm constantly on my PlayStation 4. It's stupid for me not to pay the $150 premium or something for trading it in. But yeah, that's all based on your own fiscal situation and what you can afford. You're a student, so you gotta work around, eating ramen for a couple of years.
I'm used to it.
Afford it.
I'm used to it. I have to afford my physical gaming collection. Then Lou may not tell you this, but even if I review games, I still buy them physically. I'm a terrible person. I love holding it in my hand. I love games.
No, I won't judge. I won't judge you for that. Any game that I want, even if I'm reviewing it, I always get the collector's edition.
Definitely.
All right, so let's go into upcoming games and wrap everything up. This week, kind of short list of things, I believe. We got Spheroids for PC, Wii U, Xbox One on tomorrow. Also on the 6th, Hopiko for the PC. January 10th, Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone for PlayStation 4. I'll be doing that review. Also, January 10th, Night in the Woods. Hopefully we'll have that review up. We still haven't gotten a code for it, so I'm going to go bother people. Also on the 10th, Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. That you're reviewing, I believe, right?
I'm reviewing it. You'll have that review.
That's the site's New Year, or at least the review staff New Year's resolution. We're getting everything up by embargo this year, or we're going to try to the best of our ability and what we can work with the developers for. But so far I think everything's going to be up at embargo. Also on the 10th, Rumbo Pocket Edition for Rumbo Pocket Deluxe Edition 3DS, Acorn Assault Rodent Revolution for Xbox One, and on the 11th we're getting Criminal Girls Invite Only for PC. So yeah, short week. Everyone is buying the games that they wanted to with their gift card money from last year. So not a lot of things. All right, social media plugs. If you want to find us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, just look up DualShockers. We are there. If you're looking for us on YouTube, it's youtube.com/DSTV Originals. To come watch, be part of the show, join us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/DualShockers Live. I think that's the other New Year's resolution. We're going to be more regular with this. And we say that literally every ShockCast. But we mean it this time. This is a resolution. Finally, you can find our round-the-clock news coverage, reviews, features, and editorials over at DualShockers.com. Go over there, look at our Game of the Year choices, and we're going to be discussing that next week, our personal choices and why we believe those things deserve to win. And yeah, that's everything. So thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you for listening to everyone listening in on the podcast. Thank you for joining us, guys. Azario and Ryan and everyone commenting in the threads. This is going to be a great year for DualShockers, for ShockCast, for everything. For gaming.
It's going to be a good year.
All right.
See it.
So if we want to find you on Twitter, Ryan, what do we look you up as?
The name is at Azario Set. No, I'm kidding. It's just my name, at Ryan Meisler. I know, I do wish.
Azario? Azario says, I need Twitter followers, so follow me. I'll talk to you about gaming stuff if you want.
And if you're looking for me, I should be at Luke and Taldi. Though I'm thinking about switching it. I'm just too lazy, realistically. But yeah. All right, we'll see everyone. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
All right, let's go into music.